Alright guys, welcome to the channel. I am OGL Schmitt. This is Custom OGT. One more day until Friday. Till then, it is time to return to Sleep Token. Haven't done a Sleep Token reaction in over a month. I've been listening to them a lot though. They are a band that, they're one of my favorite bands now. I think their music is viral in nature, in that you listen to it the first time, you're like, okay, this is kind of cool, but it's also kind of weird, but it plants something in you. And the more you listen to it, that kind of nurtures that until it germinates, and it's like, I've got it. I get it now. I see. So yeah, I'm really loving their music. So be seeing a lot of Sleep Token reactions now because I want to expand the number of songs I can listen to. I don't want to spoil a potentially great reaction. So Raised by Wolves, awesome channel member that he is, suggested that I react to Aqua Regia, which means royal water, and it's actually like a corrosive compound that can dissolve gold. Vessel is a fascinating fellow. He brings in so many influences in his music and his lyrics. So yeah, I can't wait for this, guys. So let's jump into this. Aqua Regia by Sleep Token. So yeah, I got to pause right off the bat. That's a really interesting sound. It's a beautiful melody, but that sound, it's probably done on a synth. It almost sounds like a distorted piano. It actually does kind of sound like something that's heard from underwater. So the theme is there. And just when the piano came in with that low chord, that actually gave me chills. Just very sparse arrangement. Like Sleep Token is amazing at minimalism. They can have just a couple of elements and make them just hit so hard. So yeah, let's start from the beginning. This might be a long reaction.
Bouncing off the walls, between teeth on a broken jaw, following a blood trail, frothing at the moor. These days I'm a circuit board, integrated hardware you cannot afford. The perfect start to a perfect war, putting down the roses, picking up the sword.
I remember when I was a kid, I watched a cartoon, and there was a thing that was made of bees called the swarm. What I thought of when I saw the thing being sort of assembled there. Sleep Tokens visualizers, always very simple, but super effective. Okay, so Vessel's voice comes in. I don't know if there's anyone that makes a better entrance vocally than Vessel. He has such a unique sound, and I know that he's British, so that the accent's going to come through and flavor how he says certain things or sings certain things. I've heard he's got like an overbite and even maybe a speech impediment of some kind. These are just some things I've read, but that will also adjust how his voice resonates and how he pronounces certain things. Because there's no one that sounds like him, but his voice has got this unique resonance. It's warm. It is just pulsating with emotion. And normally Vessel sounds like he's afflicted with this great, profound sadness. Here, he's got some swagger and some authority. And I like this aspect of his voice. really simple arrangement, though. It's keeping that melody from the intro and just a beat. And Sleep Token is so good at minimalism, and I think one of the reasons is they've got a very interesting sonic palette. Like, they're very creative in what sounds to use. Their production is amazing. I call it a sonic cathedral because it feels so spacious. And just Vessel's voice just kind of, it seems to expand to fill in all of that space. Although you are, because that space is there, you're kind of waiting for it to be filled in with the instruments as well. So right off the bat, and like, you can't judge a Sleep Token song by its first 30 seconds or its first minute or its first 3 minutes or 5. You gotta let them run their course, and it's probably gonna take some weird turns. So yeah, let's get back to it.
Start to a perfect war, putting down the roses, picking up the sword.
That is what I forgot. Putting down the roses, picking up the sword. So a rose is usually symbolic of romance, even though there are thorns there. And a sword is symbolic of violence, although it can also be used for ceremony. So it's basically, it sounds like he's going from a romantic or maybe even passive mindset to one that's more aggressive or even violent. But what was the song? It was it Emergence? I'm the rose that you relinquished again. Another thing I love about Sleep Token is their lore connects these songs, and like lyrically, Vessel will write phrases and stuff that call out to other songs. It's got to be deliberate, and people pick up on them. Like, in this age of 3-minute pop songs and TikTok and music that is designed to be instantly disposable, Sleep Token has got people intently listening to lyrics and picking up connections in other songs. Like, I read comments where they'll say, look, this lyric connects with this lyric in this other song. That is amazing. They really are doing, and I don't want to belabor this comparison, but they really are doing something very similar to what Tool did in the 90s. I'm absolutely loving it. So let's keep going.
Aqua, Regia. Aqua, Regia. My past is a holy book, a call from Olympus, ringing off the hook. Between the pain and the way you look, I'm stuck in a time where the mountains shook. And these days I'm a picture frame, screaming out the sunshine, singing in the rain. Sugar on the blood cells, carbon on the brain, out of Eden's vices running through my veins. Aqua, Regia, oxytocin running in the ether. Silicon, albums, subatomic interactions if it's all good. Gold rush, acid flux, saturate me, I can't get enough. Cold love, hot blood, running to your heart when you're thinking of.
Now it's getting jazzy. It's not one of those things. Sleep Token will pilfer from any genre and sneak it in there. They are, like Pink Floyd, like Tool, they're creating their own genre. It's like, what genre is Sleep Token? Yep. So, okay, lyrically speaking, my love's an animal call, cutting through the darkness, bouncing off the walls, between teeth on a broken jaw, following a blood trail, frothing at the mall. Some very intense longing and desire being expressed there. These days I'm a circuit board, integrating hardware you cannot afford. So he must be an Apple guy. The perfect start to a perfect war, putting down the roses, picking up the sword. So it seems like he's improving himself with the intent of assuming this aggressive stance. Perhaps the relationship is becoming competitive or combative as opposed to cooperative. Well, my past is a holy book, a call from Olympus, ringing off the hook. between the pain and the way you look, I'm stuck in a time where the mountains shook. These days I'm a picture frame, screaming at the sunshine, singing in the rain. Sugar on the blood cells, carbon on the brain, all of Eden's vices running through my veins. So Eden, it's a callback to take me back to Eden. Eden's vices, that's interesting, because Eden is supposed to be this idyllic paradise, and a vice is something that's not good. Also, screaming at the sunshine, singing in the rain. Sun is supposed to be good. The rain is, dark and depressing. So maybe he's, part of him wants this competition, this conflict. Some people thrive off toxic relationships. I could never understand them. Some people think they do until they ingest too much toxin and get sick. So it seems like maybe he's at that mindset where he's sort of exulting in the combativeness of it. Sugar on the blood cells, carbon on the brain, just being amped up, excited, I guess. Vessel is clearly a very smart man, very well read, and will take influences from, just like Sleep Token takes musical influences from every genre. Vessel takes lyrical influences from everything: mythology, science. Got one song, I think it was, I don't remember, there was like I think it was also Emergence. There was an alien reference in there. Burst out of my chest and had it in the vents. You can sort of see why people want to know who he is, because he's, again, fascinating. But he wants to be Vessel. He's producing some amazing stuff, so let's give him his wish. All right, so let's continue. That really does look like a Warhammer action figure that someone is just sort of displaying.
I can't get enough. Cold blood, hot blood, running to your heart when you're thinking
Wait a minute. Is that it? Huh. Okay, so Sleep Token are masters of two things. Well, they're masters of a lot of things, but a slow, gradual build and an abrupt ending where you're like, what? So, I liked that last bit of lyrics. I am done dancing to alarm bells. No wonder my ears are still ringing. And I am done fighting off change. No wonder my arms are still swinging. So this again feels like someone who is caught up in a adversarial relationship or a combative relationship and enjoys that aspect of it. There's a part of them that enjoys that aspect, and there's a part of them that is done with it and wants to get out. And those two are kind of fighting. So it's a battle on two fronts. The war within, and then the war with the other individual. In this case, obviously being Sleep, the goddess. So there are a lot of science words here. Oxytocin, silicone, subatomic interactions, gold rush, acid flux, cold love, hot blood. So it's cold, but it's no emotion, but a lot of carnality to it. A lot of no love, but lots of lust. Running to your heart when you're thinking of. So Sleep Token does mention gold frequently. Gold is considered a noble metal. So I wonder if Vessel's trying to create the illusion or the metaphor of him and Sleep being like soldered together, like elements, and the Aqua Regia would perhaps dissolve that bond. This is one of like Vessel's, again, he's a fantastic lyricist. This is one that's tricky to decode because he's really gone deep into his science bag there. And I didn't graduate high school, so that's another similarity of Sleep Token to Tool. Both Vessel and Maynard make me feel dumb, but I'm loving it in the process. Big Will, thank you very much. Love doing this, guys. Suggestions for Sleep Token reactions, keep them coming. And yeah, let's gather here and worship whenever possible. Mental health is real. Be a part of the start. Music is your best support group. Listen to it whenever you can. Sleep Token has been my go-to therapist for a bit now. And take care of yourselves. You can take care of others. Thank you all very much. Be seeing you around.